Hello future people, welcome to Getting Tabled. I'm Jason the Bruce, and today I'm going to bring you some Deliverance. Deliverance from what? Does it really matter? I mean, look at how pretty the box is. So, we're looking at Malifaux again. This is another box that I purchased as part of my getting into this. If you haven't seen our top 10 favourite games, maybe pause this and go and watch that. It's a fairly lengthy video, but 3, 2, 1. This was my number one pick. And this brings us the Spit Hog and some more Bayou Gremlins, which I'm definitely going to need. Here we have the front artwork. Gorgeous as always. Image of a Bayou Gremlin there on the side. And Spit Hog on the other. But this is the main thing. So these 4 Bayou Gremlins are the same ones from the second edition. They are also the same as what comes in the Big Hat crew. But if you're familiar with how that crew works, you are definitely going to want more of them. So having another one is not a bad thing. We've also got the Spit Hog here. This is a new mini for 3rd edition. And I love the way that this thing looks. I mean, how could you not? Just the name on the side and legalese. So, I just want to make a point here, and this is the second one that I'm doing this with. But, seriously, weird. I know that there are some kits where you need boxes this big. I'm yet to find one. These boxes at least look twice the size that they need to be. Now, don't get me wrong. I realise that means they stand on the shelf. But my point still stands. You don't need boxes this big. It's a little bit ridiculous. And we'll start with the Spit Hog, I guess. So, he's going to cost me 6. He's a minion. You can have a maximum of 2. Living. And he's from the Big Hat crew. He has 5 defense, 5 willpower, 4 movement, and he's size 2. Give you a chance to have a look through those abilities. They're probably the big ones. Disguise means that you can't charge this particular unit. And Food's Up means that people can use this to heal, so long as they're close. There's also Demise, I'm done with this, where basically if this model's killed, a new Bayou Gremlin can come into base to base. And that is because, if you go back to the box, there's a Bayou Gremlin that's actually carrying everything. I like that they work those things in. Bayou Bash was on a few of the other ones that we've been looking at as well. So, couple of actions. We can smack somebody with a roast pig. It's a melee action within 1 inch. Stat 4. It's against defense. Target suffers 2, 3, and 3. So you're not getting anything specific out of the severe card if you pull it. If the target is friendly model, it instead heals 1, 2, or 3. So that's your benefit. I really like this because it means that you have the benefit of doing it either way. It also ignores any positive or negative modifiers, the healing. So that's actually quite nice. You have a ram that you can declare, which means that this model heals 2. There's also a crow that you can declare, which means after killing a friendly leader, heals 1, 2, or 3. So I can kill somebody and then my leader actually gains health from it. That's really nice. You can also lure somebody in with your delicious smelling food. I love this idea. Within 12 inches, statistic of 5. This one's against willpower, and it's got a target number of 12. Move the target its movement towards this model. If you pull a tome, then you get this ability. Enemy models within 2 inches pulse of the target gain distracted -1. So, wait, where's he going? Couple of tactical actions down here. We've got food for everyone. That's a pulse within 6. Enemy models within range must pass a toughness 13 willpower duel or be placed into base to base with this model. And creep along. This is a fast action. Push this model up to its movement in inches towards a friendly model within line of sight. I really like this. I actually think this is going to be very, very helpful in certain crews. Ignoring the big hat thing, I actually think this could work fairly well in things like Ulix and so forth as well. We've got 4 cards here for the Bayou Gremlins. I'm only going to look at the top one because there's no point looking at the rest. Costs you 2, minion of 8, so 8 is the most that you can have. It's living, and it's a versatile model. And it's big hat. 4 defense, 3 willpower, 5 movement, and they're size 1. These things are staple units for the big hat. Give you a chance to look through those abilities there. The big one's probably the Bayou Bash, which has been on most of the other ones we've looked at this point. On the back, we have a Banjo Bash. On the back, we have Banjo Bash. There's no range. This is a close attack. Statistic 3, and it's against defense. Target suffers 1, 2, or 2. So again, there's nothing from the severe on this one. And we've got Kaboing from the Ram, which means the target suffers an extra damage after resolving the action. You get to end this model's activation. They also have Boomstick, which is a 10-inch. So this is on a 3x3 board. It's a fairly decent range. Statistic 3, defense. This one has target suffers 1, 2, or 3. And on the severe, you get the boom. In a ram, you get wild shot. So the target suffers an additional damage. Then another friendly model within range of line of sight suffers 1 damage. So you've accidentally hurt one of your friends as well. You'll kind of notice the Gremlins do this sort of thing a lot. I got him, pa! Push this model 3 inches towards the target. What if more powder? I love some of the names that they give this stuff because it's just so silly. Gremlins are very silly. When resolving, the target suffers an additional explodey. This model and models within 1 inch of the pulse suffer 1 damage. Screw the hooch, discard a random card, then draw a card. So the downside of that will be that you don't get to pick the card. You may accidentally throw away a card that you want. That's the downside of it. But if you need a better card, it's not a bad one. Keeping in mind that with your triggers, you don't have to declare them if you pull them. You have the option, but you must declare them at the point. Because if you can't come in later and go, oh, I wanted to declare this. No, you have to declare it when you're doing it. That's the important part here. So, first things first. I love this pig. It's just so good. Now, you'll notice here that the legs are separate. I don't have a huge issue with that. Didn't probably need to be separate, but the benefit is that then you're getting the crease in the legs where the fault of the fat should be. And then we've got the chef in parts here as well. This is the area that the chef is sitting on. And this is our poor bugger that needs to carry the thing. Poor bugger. Nice looking model. It's going to be interesting to see how this looks when it's all built up. I'm really, really looking forward to getting this on the table. I think this is going to be really nice. And first things first. I'll remove that. So, this is one of the iconic kits for Malifaux. And the first thing I want to point out, your feet do come separately. So you remember all of these arguments from people about how certain people don't need to have things separate? So here you go. These are among the most annoying things to be separate, but still not the worst. Yarnlow's beard is the worst. It even got its own t-shirt and dedication. Somebody gets a frog, which I quite like. I quite like the frog. Where's the frog supposed to go? Ah, there he is. So he's keeping it as a trophy on his gun. I kind of like that. Now, I have built these before. They are kind of a bit fiddly to build. I love the fact that this guy's shoe's falling off. That's kind of cool. They are a little bit fiddly to build, but a lot of fun. And when you actually get them built, it's very much worth it. Quick look on the other side. There's nothing super spectacular or out of the ordinary here. They are gorgeous, gorgeous minis. Now, Malifaux do another thing that I really like. They keep the parts for the actual models together. So you'll notice that's Gremlin 2, Gremlin 3, and Gremlin 4. And then finally, Gremlin 1. So this guy has a fishing hook for some reason. Again, we've got a foot that's separate, but only one. And then his arms. Everything's really tiny and little fiddly. I have had these models for a while. My fishing rod has never broken, but it's always been something I've been very careful of. Because this is just screaming to break. It's really tiny and fragile. So, there you go. Another look at Malifaux today. Malifaux is a game that I really, really enjoy, and I really, really love the silliness of the Gremlins. My Gremlins tend to get painted up as pop culture references, usually. I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing with these guys yet, especially now that I've got an additional 4 models to add to stuff that's already been painted. I need to come up with new ideas again. Not 100% sure what I'm going to be doing there, but I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to the game too. It should be fun. Thank you very much for checking out this video. If you're enjoying the content of this channel, please like and subscribe. If you're in a position to do so, please check out patreon.com/gettingtabled. You receive early access to at least 80% of all videos that we put out, and you get access to the video edition of all of our podcasts the day that they're uploaded. If you'd like to check us out on social media, facebook.com/gettingtabled is the most active. We also have a Discord server. You can email our team at gettingtabled@gmail.com. If you're on either Twitter or Instagram, you can find us at gettingtabled. And until next time, play more.